Hey folks, thanks for stopping by my Patreon page. We believe that the message of Jesus helps us make the most sense of this life, and we create articles and guides and ebooks and podcasts for the purpose of helping young adults reconcile their human experiences with God and His Word. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in our day and age, and so our goal is to help provide thoughtful resources, even bringing in other speakers and other teachers and pastors and mentors and men and women of God who can help us process the experiences that we have in this life, whether it is current events that are crazy and confusing, or maybe it's just relationships or personal struggles that we're dealing with. How do we reconcile that with what God says in His Word and with what we've known as God? That's the purpose why we have the blog, why we have the podcast. And if you would like to support the work, if you have been impacted by it and you would like to be a part of the work by financially supporting us, Patreon is a great way to do it. You can do really whatever price you decide. You can do it for $1 a month, you can do it for $100 a month. There are 3 main tiers that we provide some extra content, just kind of a way of saying thank you, and also a way of helping you take your journey deeper if you're interested. And that is a $5 tier, which we call Ask Me Anything. Once a month I do an Ask Me Anything article, or sometimes it's a podcast, but I prioritize patrons who are on the $5 tier, or any patron really. I prioritize their questions for that Ask Me Anything article. And then there's a $15 a month, a cultural analysis tier, and that's where we take a cultural phenomenon that we're experiencing, like the Black Lives Matter movement, or same-sex marriage and issues of sexuality and so forth like that. We take a phenomenon like that and just kind of process it and provide some practical guide and resources. And then the interviews and reviews tier, the $25 tier, where I either interview somebody who's an expert in probably the field that we did a cultural analysis on, or I just review a book that I have read on it and just kind of give an account of my perspective on that book. Just a way of, again, saying thank you and also providing additional resources for those who want it. You can also just give one-time donations through Patreon. You don't have to become a monthly member. It's really up to you, but that is a way of supporting the work, and we greatly appreciate if you are able to do that. If you're not, we understand that. That's fine, and we hope that you are able to continue to make use of the resources on the blog. The biggest thing that your support helps is, obviously, it helps me to be able to take the time to create, right? At this stage of life, I am able to pretty much put what would be considered a part-time job focus into writing and podcasting. The other thing your support helps with is I am in the process of obtaining a Bachelor of Biblical Studies degree from Eternity Bible College here in Simi Valley, California. And so your support not only helps me to be able to continue creating what is, but it helps me to be able to focus on my studies. That takes anywhere between 25, 35 hours a week as well. And so the more of your support, the more I can focus on that and don't have to go elsewhere. I do handyman work to cover bills that doesn't come in through writing. And then the third thing that your support does is it helps us to be able to create more resources. So you're supporting what we already do. You're supporting the study, which makes the resources and the writing better, but more support helps do more as well, whether it's podcast or video content or just articles as well, or do more book projects. There's several book projects I would love to do, and so at some point we're going to need the funds to spend time and energy focusing on that as well. That's just a little snippet of the way that you can be a part of this work. Our goal is to provide these resources for free, if possible, just that they can be a blessing to the church. but they do cost. It costs time, it costs money, equipment, and even writing just a blog. Like there's cost that goes into building the blog, being able to reach the audience. As the audience grows, you need bigger capacity and email software and stuff like that, and then just a lot of time. There's a lot of time that goes into creating articles. And so thanks for stopping by, thanks for considering it. Absolutely no pressure if you do, especially if you are in one of those 3 tiers, $5, $15, or $25 or more. You get some extra benefits as a way of saying thank you, and also just as a way of taking your journey deeper. If you just want to do a one-time donation, that's fine too, but we greatly appreciate whatever support you're willing to give. Thank you.